Okay, so race morning, I was feeling really good. My cousin came around at 5:30 in the morning and Pete got the girls out of bed, chucked them in the car. Ava was beside herself because it was still dark and she just loved being out. Woo! Off we go! I was feeling confident. I had spent, you guys would have seen, a good 3 months training. Now, I had gone from weightlifting 5 times a week and training like cardio intervals once a week, and those intervals were probably around, say, 5Ks. So I went from that in like January up to running 30Ks on average a week by the end of March. So that's a big increase in volume in a short amount of time. So that's where my little hip/glute overuse injury, we'll call it, came from. But I was feeling good come race morning, and I'd done a 10K and a 12K the week prior. It all felt good. I'd seen a physio on Friday, that felt good. So yeah, I woke up in the morning feeling confident. So they dropped us off there. We got there around 6. It was all very exciting. The vibes and the energy of the place, I just love it. We are here, we're ready. I feel slightly overdressed because I've got this on and it just feels really heavy today. But anyway, we're here, we're doing it. We're starting in 25 minutes. I love this. I love all the people here. Oh, look at the fountain. Just the whole vibe. Oh, look, there's the finish line. So we're at the start line, again, feeling good, had stretched, I was feeling really confident. Off we go, feeling good.
Here we go.
It was around 2 kilometers in that my hip/glute started to tighten up, and I was like, ooh, no. I continued on and it got worse and worse and worse. Now, I had done only a couple of weeks prior an 18K training run and it felt good. I could have gone further. I felt so good. There was no pain. And so I thought it's just going to be like this, but I'll just go a little bit further. But it wasn't. This was by far the worst run I have done in terms of my pain level ever. And it just happened to be the day of the half marathon. What are we? 7Ks. Just over 7Ks now. So anyway, I'm running along at the 10K mark. My cousin was like, how's your pain? I'm like, probably like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Like my whole hip and glute felt like a concrete is what it felt like. And the pain was starting to go down my leg as well. And so we're going on, the pace had started to slow because I was in that much pain. So I was pretty bummed by this point. I was really struggling mentally because of just how much pain I was in. Okay, we're at like 12Ks. We're at 12Ks. Feeling meh. Megan. knowing how much further I had to go. And just, I trained so hard. It wasn't even just necessarily about the time. I knew I was going to make a better time than what I did last one, but I really wanted to enjoy this run. Like, I really wanted to just feel good, and that's why I trained so hard, because I wanted to do the run and I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to enjoy the atmosphere and the vibe and the energy. But I don't know, was I kidding? It is what it is, and that just happens on race day sometimes. So yeah, I was at 10Ks, and how am I going to do another 11.1? But anyway, so I don't know, I think it was maybe about the 15K mark, and my cousin, she was like, come on, let's go. And I was like, go on without me, babe.
Go on without me.
I wanted her to get the time that she wanted, so I said, just go, like, I'll be fine, I'll make it, don't worry. Off she went. And so for about the last probably 8 kilometers, I was in so much pain. My whole leg had basically, like, was like concrete by this point, is what it felt like. I was limping. Like, at one point I'm running like that, like I didn't even want to bend my leg or move, so I'm kind of like bouncing like that. And I was like that for about 8Ks, and I was just mentally like, how am I going to do this? I was just looking at every kilometer. They had like a little archway with, you know, what it was. So I was just like, just get to the next one, just get to the next one. And I was trying. A couple of points I got a little bit overwhelmed because of the amount of pain that I was in, and it was overwhelming, and I was going slow. And like at first my Ks were like, you know, 6 minutes 20, which is good for, you know, I was happy with that pace if I could have maintained that for the whole thing. And by like 18, 19, I did like an 8-minute K, and it's so slow. I think I could walk faster than that, but I still ran the whole way. So coming up to the finish line, I was looking for Pete and the girls. I was very excited. That's what kept me going. I knew that my girls were waiting for me at the end. Well, I was hoping that Pete had managed to wrangle them to wait for me at the end. So I'm coming up to the finish line, and I start to get emotional, just because of how hard that was. And I'm getting emotional now, and it's done. But just because of how hard that was, and the fact that it was almost over, and I was just so glad for it to be over. And so, you know, when you get emotional, your throat almost tightens up a little bit. You know, you get the lump in your throat. Now, if you've been running for 21 kilometers, you're already huffing and puffing. When that starts to happen, it feels like you can't breathe. So I cross the finish line, I get emotional. My throat goes like this. I'm like, oh, I can't breathe. So I'm like waving to Pete and the girls, like, hey, yeah. Oh my God. And so I literally just grab my medal, walk past like the finish line, sit down.
Start with one.
Put my head between my legs, and I'm trying to slow my breathing. So I'm trying to breathe in my nose and out my mouth, and just trying to calm myself down. And thankfully my cousin was there, and she's got asthma. So I was like, gives your inhaler. So I grabbed her. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't have asthma. And she's like, you gotta hold it in. I'm like, okay. I don't know if it worked or it was placebo, but you know, if placebo works, it works, right? So yeah, I did that. Managed to calm down.
Finished. I'm like, oh, Ava, she's trying to suck your inhaler. I did a time of 2:27. I was a breath later. That was horrible.
The feeling afterwards, I was pretty flat, even though I just completed a half marathon. Not because of the time. I did it in 2 hours 27. I was happy with that. My last time was 2 hours 59. So anything under 2:30 I would have been really happy with. I thought 2:15 would have been amazing. 2:20 was kind of my goal, but I got 2:27. So the time I was happy with. It was just how I felt, which was really disappointing. Like, out of all the runs I'd done, all the training I'd done, for the run that felt the worst to be that day, it was just like, oh. But anyway, like I said, it is what it is. So yeah, after that, we actually went to the vegan food truck festival, because I told the girls we were. Pete was excited, my sister was there, I was meeting a friend there, so I was like, all right, let's go, even though I really should have probably just gone home, showered and lay down. But anyway, so we went there for a bit, grabbed some food, went home. I ended up finishing on like 34,000 steps yesterday, which was a big day. Today it's the day after today. I'm not feeling bad at all, just a little bit tight, a little bit sore. But I do have an exciting announcement, and I might be crazy, but that's okay, because, you know, YOLO. I am going to do the marathon this year. So I'm going to do the full. How? I'll figure that one out. But yeah, so the full is 42.2 kilometers. Oh, so I'm gonna have to do that all over again and plus one. But yeah, so I'm going to do the marathon. The marathon is in October. We are in April now, so I've got a solid, I'm going to take a week off running now, and then I'm going to heavily figure out how I'm going to do this. Fitness wise, I can do it. I've got to figure out my body. Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, put it that way. So yeah, I'm going to do the marathon. Yay. And yes, that is it from me. I hope you guys have enjoyed my first video. I'm going to use this platform to document a bit more about my marathon training journey, as Instagram is very just short and sweet, like how's it going? And it's good for people who want to follow along in depth a bit more and see what my training's all about and, you know, what I'm doing to fuel my body. Yeah, so just documenting a bit more of my journey on here. And also it's cool for me to look back on as well. This is kind of like a bit of a diary, I guess. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first video. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone for all your support. I got hundreds of messages yesterday. I was overwhelmed. I was like this. Yeah, I was overwhelmed with the amount of support I got yesterday. So thank you to everyone. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it meant a lot. Everyone texting me early in the morning, like good luck, good luck. And then as I was posting stuff and afterwards, everyone was just saying, you know, amazing, you did it. And you know, how I said I was really disappointed, it definitely helped bring my spirits up. Because yeah, I ran a half marathon yesterday. So it might not have been what I hoped for, but you know, that's just life, right? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this and I'll chat to you soon.